So, I just sent those agents on their mission, which allowed me to just turn it in. And then this popped up. While I deal with the Naga incursions, Lady Proudmoore is going to take on handling the Horde in Stormsong Valley, and figuring out what happened to our spies there. You will find her near Proudmoore Keep. I see. But before we do that, there's something I've been holding on to, and I think it's time to finally turn in. In fact, I think I've actually been entertaining the idea that because this actually ends up being so significant by the time we get to Xalatath, to show this off a third time. So, I've shown this questline off on my Horde character. I'm about to now show it off here on my Alliance character. But there's one other character I have that I think I could do some with. So, yeah, spoilers, obviously. We're about to find Xalatath, the dagger, for the Shadow Priest from Legion. Which, who would have thought that was going to be, I mean, I guess because it's the Blade of the Black Empire, I guess it was going to be obvious it was going to play a role later on. But, wow. Also, I have found out that the dialogue that Xalatath has for you here in BFA is, of course, a little different if you are still playing on your priest. Because of course it would be. I would hope so. So I'm actually thinking about doing another video and add it into my WoW Extra Stuff playlist of what happens when you do this questline as a priest. Just to hear the interesting different dialogue from Xalatath. Because we all just love listening to Xalatath's beautiful voice. Don't we? Don't we? You know you do. So we'll meet Jaina later, but for now, let's go talk to Kojo. Because who doesn't love the Tortolans, right?
The venture company's making a mess of the coastline here. Let's earn the Tortolans.
What an interesting looking dagger.
Ah, good, an adventurer. I have need of your services.
A medallion, you say? Well, let's have a look at it. I don't have all day, you know. Ugh, Naga. This medallion is inscribed with orders. It looks like Naga have been commanded to invade our shores and seize artifacts of great power. You know, I recently came upon one such object. Do you see that dagger right over there? Oh, nasty thing. Oh, it gives me the willies. I swear I hear it whispering to me. I found it on an island in Stormsong Valley on a makeshift altar. Maybe if you take it there, you'll get an idea of how the Naga intended to use it.
I need someone young, with a working back,
Xalatath.
a willingness to do battle with the forces of evil. For profit, of course.
Once a prized weapon of priests used against the Burning Legion, this artifact has lost its power and is in a dormant state for now. Yeah, this is what happens when we decide, you know what, let's just go ahead and use up all of our artifact weapons on the sword in Xalatath. Let's see, where's that altar? I just realized there's like 3 quests right over here. Heck, there's even a world quest at that altar. I may as well go ahead and take care of that while we're here.
We're kind of operating without a plan here, so take out this threat and don't get killed.
I'm sorry, what? What, are they making Voltron in here? Yes, they are! 5 mini-cats come together to form one super cat! Wait, we're not ready! Nothing can withstand Sabertron! Sabertron activate!
I know a loser when I see one.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. I didn't know about this world quest. This is wonderful because I grew up watching the Voltron cartoon along with Thundercats. So let's just say anytime they make a Voltron reference, it puts a big smile on my face. Oh, this is great. Dun, dun, da, dun, da, da. Let's go, Voltron Force. And how nice, I've got a Blood Elf Hunter over here to help me out. I'll tank it for you, you provide the DPS. Huh.
You're pretty hard to kill. A lot harder than that foe.
You have no idea, Calvin. Hold on, hold on.
Thank you.
He spit on me. Wow. I was being all nice and thankful, and he just spat on me and made a rude gesture at me. How rude! Unfortunately, there are plenty of players like that. I thought we were, working together, and he's like... I don't know. Maybe he's just one of those players that hates anyone of the opposite faction. I have no idea. But yeah, I didn't do anything except we just teamed up to take down a world quest, and I don't know. Xalatath. It seems to shudder and blink at you. You're filled with a sense of dread and foreboding. This is probably a very bad idea. However, considering what we find out later, it's probably not a bad idea. That apparently we need this in order to help defeat N'Zoth. It just kind of helps lead N'Zoth to get into our heads, basically. But we'll get there. We'll get there. The whispers are faint, but they grow louder as you hold the blade in your hand. So weak. Need blood. Souls. The voice trails off, but you can still sense the dagger urging you on.
Strength failing. I need blood. Souls.
Sure thing, Xalatath. Must feed.
Far away. I'm out of range.
Your flesh will feed the depths!
My life for Azara.
Sure.
To the abyss with you!
That should be enough. Has your hunger been sated now, Xalatath? Hold on, gotta get Pepe with me. Ah, much better. How cruel of that priest to leave me in such a state. This is why I want to do that separate video on my priest, because I would love to know what the dialogue is here for her as a priest. That she would be like, how could you just leave me like that? You know. This is why I always encourage everyone that if you're going to play a priest, like up to Legion, play a Shadow Priest, because it's worth it to get all the extra dialogue from Xalatath. I always carry Xalatath with me on my Shadow Priest, just wherever I go, just to see if I hear any other whispers or extra dialogue, because it's just so fun to be able to do that either as a Shadow Priest, a Demo Warlock, or an Arcane Mage, since those were the three that talked to you. But enough about me. No doubt you have many questions. I can offer countless answers. The servants of Xalatath prepare for their master's return. They intend to conjure a scouring storm to wash away all unbelievers. The particular ritual they will invoke requires 3 ancient artifacts, one of void, one of storm, and one of ocean. Even now, I hear the void relic calling to me. It is being empowered, or corrupted. I'm not sure which. I see it upon a cliff, overseeing a vast sea. Come, Demon Hunter, we can find a much better use for such a prize.
The Naga seek relics of power to fuel their ritual. They intend to summon a scouring storm that will wipe this world clean of unbelievers. Fanatics. I realize it may be disconcerting.
What are they, the Marines from Warhammer 40k?
Be at ease. I merely wish to see you reach your full potential.
Oh, how comforting.
Just recently, I helped another mortal hero defeat the Burning Legion. My selfless sacrifice left me weakened. Sadly, that priest proved short-sighted. You, though, I sense you are truly destined for greatness. We will accomplish remarkable things together, you and I. Magnificent things.
Oh, yes, I'm sure we will. I really hope that, I mean, we know what happens with the dagger, the rest of BFA. I already showed it off with Nathanos having it, heading to to Nazjatar. And we know that Rathian uses it in the Ny'alotha raid, after we get it back from Azshara. However, I'm not referring to the dagger, I'm referring to the being within the dagger that's talking to us right now. Remember, at the end of this questline, she leaves. And she's like, farewell, we'll see each other again. Now, how many of us know that Blizzard tends to like to leave certain plot threads open so that it can come back later on? I mean, they did that a lot in Legion, right? So I'm really hoping that this is, like, they are really teasing Xalatath, the being, to come back later, and that it's somehow going to be relevant. Like, really relevant. Because throughout the time that we, interact with her, even in Legion and now, she's not really... she's not like... Here's an example. She's not like original Gul'dan, where she's like, I'm evil, dead puppies. She's not like that at all.
The falcon's here under the...
She never once comes across that way. Not to me, anyway. She's more like in for her own interesting needs and such, and is not entirely on board with what's going on. You know, the fact that she even wants N'Zoth to basically help release her from the dagger by the end of this. And I just find the whole thing very interesting and fascinating. Like, what are they really going to do with this character? Because it's a fascinating thing that they do with this character from Legion up till now. And I'm like, where are they ultimately going with this? Because I would love to see...
She can break open the stone? Fool. Were we not pressed for time, I would enjoy watching her fail. Unleash the Void Stone, my champion. It should provide the strength I need to help you find the other 2 relics.
Oh, listen to you try to butter me up, saying, my champion. You really are pouring it on.
Yes. Yes. It's been so long since I took a mortal form. This body is pleasing. Don't you think? I knew you were the right.
Are you trying to flirt with me, Xalatath?
Strength and courage are compelling.
Oh, please. Please. She is really pouring it on, isn't she?
What do you seek?
Yes, this form should do nicely. Oh, don't be distracted. We have more to do. Xalatath, don't. Okay, now you're. Don't flatter yourself. Okay, take it easy. I sense another relic, a trident thought lost to the depths. It calls to me. Do you hear it too? Its song takes form. I see a harbor to the east, an ambitious pirate, greedy and proud, completely unaware of the power hidden within her hoard of gold. The would-be captain's hubris will not permit her to simply hand over her prize. I fear that she must be taught a rather harsh lesson. But that is your specialty, is it not?
Such magnificence awaits us. A powerful Naga once possessed the trident. Now his underlings seek to recover it. What delicious irony that a pirate keeps such a coveted prize as a trophy.
So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This being here. Now, obviously, she just kind of gained that form from that fanatic we just took down. But she gets to basically keep that form by the end of this. And I'm wondering at what point is she gonna come back? Just show up afterwards. Like, is she gonna show up in Shadowlands at some point? And be like, "Hello there, remember me?" You know. I just think that would be cool. I think there's a number of different directions and opportunities that they could do with this. But again, that's me trying to, be optimistic about the writing at Blizzard these days. But again, it's partly due to the fact that Shadowlands, for some part, not entirely, but I guess for the most part, I guess I could say, is done by supposed to be the same team that made Legion, even though we know that some members of the team that worked on Legion retired after Legion. So, I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic and hopeful that they really do something with this, but a lot of people, there are some people I know that have left and quit WoW because they lost faith in the writing team based on what they had seen in this expansion. Mainly due to the war campaign. But also some of the other things, like some people were just gonna... I know some people that have gotten extremely tired of the whole thing with the old gods.
The citizens of Drustbar.
And there's just some other aspects of these, that they're just gonna a little tired of and wish would change the status quo and such. And I almost thought they were gonna do that in Shadowlands until Ian was like, no, we think, we believe that Horde vs. Alliance is a core, integral part of what makes Warcraft what it is. Which made lots of people just go, ugh, when they were hoping that either a third faction was going to get made, or that the whole faction system was going to be disregarded for a new type of system, where we wouldn't be restricted to just either Horde or Alliance. Especially since by the end of this expansion, we're at peace with each other. Unless we have yet another stupid thing like Teldrassil all of a sudden reignite a whole nother faction war, which some of us would probably tear our hair out if they did that, but I have my fingers crossed. That's all I'm saying. Ooh. Look at all that gold! Hello. Oh, relax. I'm not here for your gold. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking some. Look, if I ever want to get that Brontosaurus mount, which I don't think I'm ever going to, but if I ever did, I would need to borrow some of this gold here, okay? That's all I'm saying. Ooh, ooh. You know, I'm just saying, I could take some of this. I mean, that alone, I'm sure, would cover the cost for that Brontosaurus mount. You know, the one with the auction house on it. The one that's 5 million gold, which I'm never going to have. Because I'm not one of those who knows how to work the auction house and be a gold farmer and all that.
Tell me what you want.
Is the trident in your possession? I never doubted you for a moment. My strength grows. I can see it clearly now, the third relic that we seek. Remember, we are gathering these so she can have us go to Xalatath and basically have her released from the blade. So she's basically tricking us here. The third relic that we seek, the crown known as Tempest Caller. How fitting that after the fall of Atal Graal, the gluttonous Toatana would be the one to find the artifact. He was always scuttling about the depths, seeking treasures for his collection. Toatana's greed has left him trapped within a cave that he can never leave. The crown awaits us there.
It is no mere coincidence that our paths intersect. You are meant to find me. I was meant to find you. A grand destiny lies before us. Surely you sense it as well as I. But enough musing. Make your way to the shores of Vol'dun. That is where the third prize awaits.
Ah, we're heading all the way to Vol'dun. Oh, okay. That's why it's sending me to Trade Winds Market. I'm gonna check something because her voice just now sounded very familiar. It reminded me of the voice of the Empress from Dishonored. Yep, Claudia Christensen. Yep. Or Christian. Yeah, Claudia Christian. But I want to check her IBDM, I think. I always forget which initials it is. Her resume, I guess I'm trying to say. Hold on. Let me make sure if we're gonna be flying while I check this. Let me go ahead and head on over here.
What can I do for you? See,
To Vol'dun. Claudia Christian. IMDb. There we go. I'm very curious if that actually is the same voice actress who did that character in Dishonored. Because it does sound a lot like the voice you hear when you carry around the heart as a Corvo. So let's see. Yes, filmography, actress. Let me take a look. Yep, Battle for Azeroth. Yep. I'm looking to see if Dishonored is listed here. She also voices Lady Liadrin. No wonder I like her. You guys know how much I love Liadrin. She's awesome. Oh, down here. Now hold on. Before we go in there, I really want to check this. Oh, she also voiced Rohana in StarCraft II Legacy of the Void. She voices Desdemona and Mrs. Whitfield and Mistress Mysterious in Fallout 4. The other expansions in WoW are coming up. She voiced Muria in Darksiders 2. She did voices in Diablo 3. It just says additional voices. It doesn't list actual characters. Oh, oh, wow. Okay, listen to the amount of characters that she voiced in Skyrim. Ayla the Huntress, Leggett Ricka, Adrienne Avenici, Brea, Brinna, Bryling, Faline, Lelia Lawgiver, Uthgerd the Unbroken, Potema, Voldessa. Wow, she voiced numerous characters in Skyrim. I guess that kind of makes sense, given the Elder Scrolls' history of having very few actual voice actors voice their characters. We all know that running joke. No, it does not list Dishonored amongst her resume here, so I guess I was wrong. It sounds so similar, though. Her voice sounds so similar to the voice of the Empress from Dishonored.
This way. I doubt Toatana will give us the crown willingly.
I don't have a target.
Why, Toatana? I hardly consider that fair of you to say. So many possibilities.
The crown is far more useful in our hands than in the claws of an oversized bottom feeder. Further proof that you and I can achieve great things together. So many possibilities. Again, I cannot wait to see how different the dialogue is when she's talking to the same priest who used her in Legion. The relics are ours, as it was meant to be. There is but one more step needed for the great truths to be revealed. The Naga sought to summon their storm from a place that echoes with ancient power. Though this site has had countless names over the ages, you mortals know it as the Precipice.
To the whispers.
What? Oh, 'cause he respawned. Oh, come on. Seriously? Wow.
I need to
Fine, I'll take him down a second time then. Well, I guess I'll just have to accept it and then read it for you guys later afterwards. Hello? Xalatath. Oh, gosh. Oh, wait, is she outside? Yeah, there she is. Okay, whew. For a moment, I thought I was going to have to deal with, like, a reload.
What you want.
From a place that echoes with ancient power. There's the precipice of oblivion. I will go on ahead and begin preparations. Join me there.
Magnificence awaits us.
Hold on. Yep. I'll just hearth back. Rather than taking the ship, I'll just hearth back. And then we'll just fly on over to Storm Song. Oh, here's the messenger of the speaker. I will take care of that myself off camera. That's just those are just the quests to get the other essences from the other dragonflights. I don't need to show you guys that. Those aren't important. Those are just kind of boring. And those other quest lines just take forever. This one's right here. This quest line takes forever to do. It's like you got to do one every day. It's like, come on. And you don't really get that much out of it. It's like, what's the point of actually doing that quest line, really? I'll have to double check what exactly this is, because it looks like it's clearly part of the war campaign, but I'm curious if this is actually going to be, like, where in the war campaign is this going to be? I'm just kind of curious. Well, at least the world boss that's supposed to be here isn't here. At least I don't think it is. Sometimes there is a world quest to take on a world boss right here. Right near the entrance. What is this? The Thundering Isle in Pandaria?
Here we are.
What are those out
Do
there?
not be afraid. This was always meant to be.
Okay. Oh yeah, this doesn't look suspicious at all.
A stone to call forth the darkness. A weapon forged in the depths. A crown for the ruler of all worlds. Hear me, God of the Deep. I have brought you the opener, the bringer of truths, the torch that lights the way. Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
Go, but the blade must remain to serve my will.
A fair exchange. Shadows guide you, my dear friend. We will meet again. I am certain of it.
I certainly hope so.
Your destiny
Hi, N'Zoth.
is close at hand. That which was sunken shall rise. All that were sleeping shall be awakened. Receive my gift and see all truths before you.
The gift of N'Zoth. You are special in the eyes of N'Zoth. He sees all. And so does Pepe. What? I think this looks pretty good. Me with my, you know, my eye sash covering my non-existent eyes. The eye of N'Zoth, and then, of course, Pepe. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this at all. Oh yeah, let's go talk to Pike. I'm sure he's gonna love what I have to say about this. Now, I have actually heard that if you do not get this removed, that you actually get to see and experience some extra stuff in the 8.3 patch content. That's what I've heard. Like, I think one of those, what's his name? The couple that does the, like, news show about WoW. I can't remember what their names are. But you guys know which ones I'm talking about. They hosted the Q&A for this year's BlizzCon. They announced they're having a baby together because they're married, and they like always do little sketches before they do the report on the news and WoW. You guys know who I'm talking about, I'm sure. And he, the male counterpart of those two, was talking about how he had kept this Gift of N'Zoth thing on his character's head the whole time, hoping that it was gonna, like, pay off with some kind of reward or something if you had kept it on the entire time up until the 8.3 content. And I think he said that he had noticed that there were, like, perhaps a few extra little things and whispers and such. I don't think it has anything to do with the Servant of N'Zoth achievement that you can get with the title and everything. But it was just kind of funny that he was, like, even at BlizzCon, he was asking the devs if he was somehow going to get some kind of extra reward or benefit that players like him who kept it on would receive for actually doing that little feat instead of having it removed. So let's go on inside and tell Pike. Now, of course, this is on the Alliance side. If you're doing this on Horde side, you got to go to someone else amongst the Zandalari and be like, so, guess what happened? They'll be like, what do you think you're doing, man? Whereas here, we're going to be like, so Pike, he's like, are you serious?
The storm awakens in all of us.
He listens to your tale of Xalatath and N'Zoth. Dark tidings indeed. I could sense something stirring beneath the waves. The old god is on the rise, and we must make ready. Now we get the quest to go into the Crucible of Storms raid. Your intention to stop the Naga attacks was noble, but that shadowy dagger tricked you into delivering powerful relics into the hands of a great enemy. No doubt those artifacts will be well defended. Gather your allies, Demon Hunter, and return to the Crucible of Storms. Defeat any opponents that stand in your way. Ensure the relics cannot be used against the Alliance. The Naga cannot be allowed to summon their storm, or to call forth something even worse.
Currents guide you.
Something dark has taken root within you. The tendrils of N'Zoth are burrowing into your mind and soul, eager to consume everything that you are. I can perform a rite of cleansing, but only in a place that resonates with the very power that grips you. Meet me near the Crucible of Storms. The ritual will be perilous and painful, but if it is your only chance to be free, the old god has eyes everywhere. I do not wish you to become one of them.
Carry on.
You can see eyes everywhere? This is more dire than I expected. Do not trust what you are seeing. These eyes are surely just N'Zoth's influence within your mind deceiving you. It's funny because I actually don't see any eyes.
Fear not the tides.
At all. And if I was, I think that would be a really cool effect. But I'm not seeing any. At all. Anywhere. And that's kind of disappointing because if they're really trying to play up this whole... I see the Sylvanus, all the eyes, the old gods. I would want that to be, like, very obvious, Like, it's very clear that that you are being very, very affected by this. And I don't see any. Color me a little disappointed. Little disappointed. So, of course, I'm gonna get this removed. Go ahead and collect that for the moment. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and fly on back. And this will give me the opportunity to see if I can actually beat both bosses, because if you guys saw my main playthrough, when I got into the LFR version of Crucible of Storms, they had already beaten the first boss, and I guess some people had left, and it just kind of threw me in there, so I only fought the second boss. So I'm hoping I will actually get a chance to actually fight and show the both bosses.
Some earth elementals have been infused.
Not now, Magni. Don't tell me this while I have the gift of Xalatath attached to me head. Remember, I'm a demon hunter. I already have to deal with having to fight off the demonic voice within me. The demon within. I don't need to also fight off the whispers of Xalatath. Even though that apparently happens no matter what, regardless in 8.3, but we'll get there. I love how the music when you get here is just doom and gloom, doom and gloom.
Tides bless you.
Alright, Pike, I'm ready to begin.
Do not forget the fallen.
Oh. The evil that seeks to control you must be purged. I know a ritual that can help, but the process will be unpleasant. Now stand still. I must excise Xalatath's defilement from you. I am pleased that the cleansing ritual didn't prove fatal. You are either very resilient or very lucky. I mean, I survived becoming this. I think I'm good.
The depth spoke of your coming.
I mean, there are stories I could tell you. And of course, this gets you the toy. So if you had not done this before, do this at least once so that you can get the toy for this. So, it is done. The darkness fades and your mind is once more your own. You are free of Xalatath's influence. Let us hope that he does not seek to take hold of you again. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and delete that, since I already have that toy. Okay. So, who's ready to go to the Crucible of Storms? Hopefully this... I'll be able to actually pull this off, especially queuing as a tank. So, because at this point, with a 439 item level, I'm pretty sure I can tank this. As I felt very comfy tanking BOD, so I think I'll be comfy tanking this one as well. But we'll see.